We're taking you out live to Houchin Blood Bank. Today is Volunteer Big Kern, and this is really cool. Thousands of hours of volunteering will happen today across Kern County before lunchtime.
Yeah, so Kevin Shred is joining us live from Houchin Community Blood Bank in Southwest Bakersfield to explain all of that, but then also he's got to look at our forecast as well. Hey, Kev.
Good morning. Yeah, this is a partnership between the Kern Community Foundation and Blue Zones Project. It's the first year they've done this, and they've been able to get 40 nonprofits together who really need the volunteers. And then we've had community members come out and say, yes, I want to volunteer. So they're actually getting ready. They're already out and about in the community getting ready to volunteer. In fact, they're going to put in 3,000 volunteer hours today amongst all of the nonprofits. Now, you may be sitting at home and say, well, how do I go volunteer? Well, they've got their volunteers for today. They had a sign-up process, but you know what? There's still an opportunity that you can volunteer, and that is to give the gift of life. That is to give blood, and that's why I'm right here at Houchin Blood Bank off Bolthouse Drive, and Shane Hubbard, the marketing manager with Houchin, joins me right now. We were talking about this big day. We were saying if you can't volunteer at maybe a nonprofit, this is a great way to volunteer and give back to the community.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all it costs is your time, and it's a very simple process. You walk in, you fill out a couple of questionnaires just to make sure you're healthy and able to donate, and you're in the chair for 5 to 7 minutes, and you're on the rest of your day.
How have things been going here at Houchin in terms of the blood donations?
You know, it's sort of ebb and flowing. You know, there's no pun intended. Yeah. There's times where it's the inventory is low because there's traumas in our community. There's times where we have a little bit more to give, so we'll give out to other neighbor communities that need it. But right now we're kind of in that middle zone where especially with the LA fires, we're kind of on call to see if we need to provide any sort of aid to those communities because they're going through a very difficult time right now. So yeah, it's decent, but we're always willing to take in donors. We're always willing to have a surplus of blood so that we can give it out when it's needed.
If people want to come down and give blood today, you guys will be open starting at 9?
Yes, 9 to 6, and you can walk in. You don't have to make an appointment. So if you're somebody who's on your lunch break and you want to stop by and donate and give the gift of life, then absolutely you can.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Shane. So there you go. There's an opportunity. If you were not able to sign up with one of the other nonprofits in the community, you can come down and give blood. Let's talk about our weather forecast. I'm looking out the window. The sun is coming up. It's going to be a beautiful day for everybody. We've got clear skies. Temperatures are going to be nice and mild and above average this afternoon. You can see that beautiful sunrise from downtown Bakersfield, and a temperature right now running into the 30s, 37 degrees in Bakersfield, 39 in Delano, and then into the mountains, 20s, 30s, and 40s. A cool spot. Fraser Park, you're at 23. Here's a look at the satellite and radar, and we are in the clear, and that's the way it's going to be today. Nice and sunny around the area. Here's a live look, I-5 over the Grapevine, where we've got clear skies and a great commute if you have to head down to the south. Now, it is still going to be breezy into the Southland this morning under the clear skies. We're still talking about those Santa Ana winds, and some of that smoke has drifted offshore, and you can see kind of that haze out near Catalina Island, and so that's where the smoke is going to be migrating as we go throughout the day. So we still have the Santa Ana winds in place. The system that generated all of this is more to the east. So we have that system near California giving that easterly wind, that offshore wind. Then we have that ridge of high pressure to the north. And we always know ridges they push down on the atmosphere. So this was kind of a unique situation. You had the low to the east and you had the ridge pushing down upon the atmosphere, and that pressed those winds down the mountainsides into Los Angeles. And that's why we had such strong winds down that way. So this wind event is starting to slowly relax. So I do expect some gusty winds in place this morning, and then we will see improvements later on this afternoon. And that will be great news for firefighters heading into the weekend, because Monday and Tuesday of next week, we have another system developing on the backside of the state that is going to bring back those Santa Ana winds. Here's a look at our watches and warnings. A high wind warning still in place for some of these areas till 2 p.m. and then a fire weather warning also until 6 o'clock tonight. So still very volatile in those areas. Here's a look at the smoke forecast, and I said it was going to drift offshore and to the north. Areas that near San Diego could be looking at some of this smoky haze as we go into the afternoon and into our Saturday. Air quality moderate today. Saturday, AQI at 69. And your forecast calling for 69 in Bakersfield, 67 in Delano, 68 in Taft. We'll see a light wind out of the west 5 to 10. Into our mountain communities today, sunny skies, but also a little breezy. Winds gusting around 40 this afternoon. 57 in Fraser Park, 56 in Tehachapi. We've got 60s for the Kern River Valley, 50 at Alta Sierra. And then as we take a look at the desert forecast, 62 in Mojave and Ridgecrest at 65. Here's your extended forecast tomorrow, Saturday, 57, 59 on Sunday. Next week, we keep those 50s and 60s in place. Still very chilly overnight in the 30s and 40s. And then for our mountain communities, you can see lots of sunshine. We're going to cool down those. We get into early next week. That breeze will pick back up. We're looking at 40s Monday and Tuesday for highs. And then for the Kern River Valley, plenty of sunshine. The weekend looking great, upper 50s, lower 60s. And then we look for those mid 50s to return by Monday. But overall, a nice forecast heading into the weekend. Whoop. That's we're live here at Houchin Blood Bank. We've got much more news coming up after the break.